Everybody can see me, hear me. I'm just sharing this slide as well.
Yes, Vanita.
Great. Okay. Sorry for the delay. Let's start with the prayer first. Close your eyes, palms together. Seek the blessing from your all gurus, gods, and goddesses. So, feel your tongue, slowly open your eyes. Okay. Today we are going to see the remaining of the Jupiter Bhavas along with our okay, the agenda should be like this. We are going to see the Gochara first, then followed by the horoscope analysis for at least 5 to 10 minutes, then followed with our regular classes. Okay, that's our plan today. Let's quickly getting into the daily Gocharam. Guru in the Rishabha. Guru, the transit of the Guru going to be happen in few months, I guess. So it will go into the Mithuna late. The Guru next transit is going into Mithuna. So now the Pocharama Chandra and the Mangal in the Mithuna Rasi, Ketu in the Kanya, Budan and the Surya in the Makara, Sani in the Kumbha, Shukran Ragu in the Meena Rasi. Okay. This is about the today's Gocharam. So the peoples who have this Chandra over Chandra, or now the Mithuna Rasi becomes. Anybody want to say something? Okay, Mithuna Rasi becomes the 8th house, 6th house, or 12th house for them. And Mithuna house is the Lagna Bhava for them. These all the people who have to see the today's Gochar very, I wouldn't say carefully, see it as an interesting way. Because the Chandra represents your mind. So whenever it goes over your Lagna Bhava, Rashi Bhava, or 6, 8, or 12 houses, it behaves in you very different from the other bhavas. Okay, it's a one way you look at it. You find experience on your own way. Okay, let's move into the Pancham. Dwadasi followed by the Triyodasi, Yoga Vichkamba Priti, Nakshatra Ardra Punarvasu, Karana Bhava Balava Gaulava, weekday is Ravivara, Paksha is the Shukla Paksha. Now let's quickly getting into the horoscope of today. Okay. We already know we are following with the horoscope of Satish. I hope Satish joined. If we have some of the doubts on his horoscope, we will check with him once he back. Okay. He also said he was not. He also messaged to me saying that he's in an area where the coverage is not that much good. So if we have any doubt, he asked me to message in the WhatsApp. We'll find out that later. Okay. We followed the 1 to 10 steps. We are in the stage of the, okay. We already discussed about the Lagnam, Lagnadipati, Kendra, Trikoma. Because of the Mithuna Rasi, there is no Yoga Karaka. Madhakasthana, we already knew. If there was an Upaya Rasi, exact opposite is the Madhakasthana. Graha combinations we are going to see today with the aspects as well. Okay. Click on recording. Yeah. Let's see that now. So one important thing I forgot about say about the Lagna Bhava is there any graha present in it? The Jataka have the most of his hearts running towards that grahatu. Consider a situation if you for this Jataka, if the Jupiter retrograde Jupiter along with the moon. So this person have the full-hearted love towards his mother or his maternal aunt or paternal aunt, whoever it is, but the full-hearted love, the pure love towards the people, exactly towards his mother or towards his aunt, and possibly and most importantly towards the gurus. The gurus can be anybody. They can be his mentor or the peoples who he peoples can be the gurus can no need to be have to be live on their same age. There can be peoples not present at this moment. The gurus, in other words, simply a guru. In either whoever it is, the guru he wants to follow. He was deeply devoted to him. His mind goes towards it. His heart rate wants to like the butterflies moves around his stomach. Whenever these peoples are around with him, he feels like very happy. He feels he wants to do something for him. If they said you want to do like this, they will do without any without any negotiation. That kind of you also check your Lagna Bhava. If there was any Graha present in it, your hearts exactly move towards that Karavatu. If there was an consider a situation, if you are a man and there was a Chukra was present in it, you really love towards your, and there is also other stories behind it. We don't need to get into that. But when there was an Lagna, there was a Graha present in it, your heart's flew towards that main relationship. Okay? You also check and find out is it true or not.
Is it in combination with moon always?
No.
Oh, it's just the graha.
Any graha, because every graha has the weird karakatum, right? The relationship.
Yes.
Moon is
Yep.
for mother, and Jupiter is for your all your gurus, ancestors, elders, and every sun is for your father. So like that, every graha has its relationship, right? When that graha was present in it, your mind moves towards that person's body. If they said one word, even if the sky was falling down on your head, you will finish that task and move your next day. That kind of the mindset you will have. Now we are seeing the horoscope of the Satish. You will find with him whether that is true or not. How his love towards his mother, how his love towards with his gurus and other other peoples. We'll check with him. One, I guess he is not today. We'll check with him later. Okay, keep that in mind. When you also check in your horoscope exactly the lagna. If there was any graha present in it, your love towards him was 100% no matter what. Even if you say no, also you will find that kind of the kindness in that relationship in any aspect of your life, in any phase of your life. Even if you didn't find, okay, I'm not that much close with my mother, I'm not close with my father. You may say like that, but when the Dasha Buddhi was happening, or there was a Goshara relation was happening along with the Dasha Buddhi, then one point in time you feel that kind of the warm-heartedness towards that relationship. Okay, we check that.
Just interrupt. I have my moon in my lagna, and it's I'm very, very close to my mother. Like she's my, what should I say, my lifeline. So I think it's very, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's awesome. For me, it was the lagna. I have the guru only. If my teachers say anything, that's the best word for me. If I want to do anything, I need a great support from them. Without their support, I can't do anything. I'm such a kind. It's an exact lifeline for me. If they said you don't do it, I won't do it. That's kind of the relationship automatically established when you have the graha present in your life. So you also check and find out whether it is true or true or not. Okay. Let's move into his second bhava. Before moving into his second bhava, let's see his okay, let's finish with the second house first. So whenever you see the second house, there are the four things you have to see. First thing about the education, money, family, and the eyes. Okay. Okay, why it was an eyes? When the first Lagna Bhava was representing your head and the face, the second Bhava representing your eyes. So that was the main thing. Some people may say, why you are giving that much importance to the eye? We have to give every importance to the body parts when you move towards one Bhava to the another. Okay. And okay, one interestingly, when the Lagna was contained the moon along with the Jupiter, definitely he was a very handsome person. No doubt about it. Now let's move into the second house. So education, The moon was which is the second house here for him? Let me take another. Okay, take
Kataka.
this one, right? Karka Rasi.
Yeah.
So who's the owner of this Karka Rasi?
Moon.
Moon is the owner of the Karka Rasi. So where the moon was present here?
First house.
In Mithuna.
Moon is in the first house. So there was an exact relationship between the first house and the second house. Why? The second house Adipati who was present in the first house. So that is the exact direct relationship. First house and the second house having a direct relationship means his money flow will be his money flow will be really sufficient enough. I would say more than sufficient enough. He won't feel the way like I didn't have any money, I have an insufficient money, my cash flow is not good. He won't feel like that. Why? When you have that relationship between the second house and the first house, this will happen for sure. Okay. Then one more thing. His because there was no graha present in it. Okay, here I am going to add one layer by layer. The one which I'm going to say the point, which I'm going to contradict in the next point itself. So if you feel confused, don't worry. I will make that in. I will make into the combination of into the next point. Okay, why I will tell you. You will see that in the next few points. Okay, here the moon is the owner. Second house owner is the moon. So he was much more interested towards his family. He wants to do everything for his family. He was a family. In other words, you would say he's a family-oriented person. So you may say like that. Okay, here is the checkpoint. Why? Here we have to see whether the moon is the Shukla Paksha moon or the Krishna Paksha. What is the meaning of the Shukla Paksha? It was a growing phase moon. Krishna Paksha is it's a vein. The moon was decreasing in its size, going into Amavasya stage. Okay. So when Krishna, for his, if I'm not wrong, I don't want to make a guess. Give me a second.
Krishna Paksha. Krishna Paksha.
Krishna Tritiya. So that means Krishna Paksha, Tritiya, Tritiya means third Tithi. Okay. If that was the case, then we have to negate the point a little bit. We have to twist that words which I said earlier. What I said earlier, he was a family-oriented person. He wants to do everything for his family. So now the moon was not in the Shukla Paksha moon. The moon was in the Krishna Paksha moon. So here you have to twist the words. Why I will tell you that also. Then this is the point you have to make the confirmation whether the second house is having any aspect of the inauspicious planet or not. That means if there was a malefic graha aspecting the second house or not. So when you have an idea, okay, the cash flow was good because there was a connection between the first house and second house. We understood that point. Now let's moving into the family stage. The family, we understood because the second house there was no graha in it. So we have to consider the moon only, the Adipati, who are the owner of the second house, we have to consider that. So here, when you are considering the Adipati of that house, we have to see is there any graha was aspecting the second house.
Shukra and
Okay.
Kuja.
Mars and Venus are aspect.
Yeah. Mars and Venus was aspecting. Here, who is auspicious planet? Venus is an auspicious planet or no?
Yes.
Yes. Mars is a malefic or benefic?
Malefic.
Malefic. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Here we have two things. If he was in a family-oriented person and he was living around his family and he wants to live for his family, then his eyes may get affected, particularly left eye. There is another point. He was a very good because the one auspicious graha was expecting the second house, that is the Venus and the moon was expecting. So there is a possibility he's a family-oriented person, but not to the 100%. The percentage level can be the 80 to 70 to 80%. So we fully negate. It was kind of a 50-50%. Suppose in case. if his left eye was really good, if his vision was really perfect, then
Vanita, second house is only for right eye, right?
right.
So
No.
why is left eye
Okay, that
being
is a good question. Yeah, here I am coming. Because the moon is for the left eye, sun is for your right eye. When the moon was present in your, moon is an adipati of your second house, or moon was present in your second house, then you have to consider the graha karak. That is the moon you have to consider. In that way, the Mars aspecting the moon means when the Mars and the moon combined, there should be some kind of the problem with your eyes, possibly exactly on your left eye. If the moon was not present in any of the scenario, means that means the moon is not the moon is not the moon means, then the situation can be turned towards the right eye. But at this moment, when the moon was present, when the moon influence was present, consider it is the left eye. Okay.
Okay.
So why I'm saying this, there is a problem with an eye. When the Mars and the moon was combined, this malefic effect will come for sure.
Mars
Okay,
is aspecting moon also here, the seventh aspect, as well as the second house, eighth aspect here.
yeah. So that means, okay, when the Mars was aspecting moon in the first house, that is the different thing. I come back to that
Different
one.
part.
That's why I said I'm going to iterate some points, then I'm going to negate the points again. Okay, we'll consider second house first, then I come back to the first house again. Why? Because of the Mars. Okay, when the Mars was aspecting the first house, there the moon was present, the story was little bit different. Now the Mars was aspecting the second house, owner is the moon, then along with the Venus is also aspecting, the malefic effect is not that much big. It will be somewhat, I would say, pacified. Okay. So that's why if one Karakatva was affected means, then the other Karakatva won't get affected. What is the meaning? If the eyes get affected means his love towards the family won't get disturbed. If the cash flow was coming down means his other Karakatva won't get affected. If suppose in case if his basic education was not good, okay, then why I didn't tell, why I'm only concentrating on the eyes, not on the education. Why? Because the Venus was aspecting the second house. Definitely there won't be any problem for his basic education. Okay, we'll check with him if he when the Satish was joined the next class, we'll check with him if that was a true one. Definitely there should not be a problem in the basic education. Okay, whenever you see the second Bhava, there are the many significance about the second Bhava. Okay, we need to check everything in the second, all the significance of the second house. No need to. If you are really research oriented and you have a sufficient amount of the time, happily dig deep into it. But I would really suggest in the beginning state, try not to move more than the 5 significance. Now for the second house, 4 significance is more than enough. Know about the education, know about the money, know about the family, know about the body organ. This is 4 things is enough when considered for the second house. If you're very really well versed, whenever you see the horoscope, you can understand these 4 things immediately means, then add one more significance into the second house. Then slowly develop that number of the significance one by one, then it won't be a burden for you. Okay. But at this point, 4 is more than enough. Okay. This much clear?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now come back again into the Mars into the first house. Why, Vanita, I want to see the Mars into the first house? Because Mars having a 3 aspect, right? What are the 3?
3, 7, 8.
4,
So 4, 7, 8, sorry.
4, 7, 8, right? So now 1, 2, 3, 4. Mars was aspecting the Meena Rasi. Mars was aspecting the Lagna. Mars was aspecting the second house. Okay, we already saw the Mars aspecting the second house. Now, when we see the Mars aspecting the moon means, sorry, Lagna means, when there was a moon was present in the Lagna along with the Jupiter, Jupiter, Mars, and the moon, this combination is really good. Why? because these peoples are really following. When the Mars was present without the Guru aspect, Mars will do all actions without considering, without thinking. But when the Guru was present, he do the action with intelligence. But when the Moon was present, there was a one thing, one little bit tweak here. Okay. When the Mars was present, he had the courage to do the action. When the Jupiter was present, he gave the intelligence. But here come the Moon in between. So when what is a Moon favorite thing? He will do everything in a very speed, because this is the one fastest moving graha among the Navagrahas. So he think fast. He had an ability to speak very interestingly, very sweetly, and whenever he speaks, the other peoples want to hear it again and again. But there was also one demerit here. When he speaks, he would stand on his point for a very long time. He switched his words often. But when the Mars was present, this kind of the moon switching character will be highly reduced. He may be stand on his words. And because of the Jupiter sitting in his Lagna itself, the intelligent or the wisdom hold his foot in the ground. Okay. Anybody want to share any idea here? No? Okay. We'll quickly see the aspect only, then move into the next section. Okay. I remove everything here. Okay. Now moon have only one aspect, that is exactly seeing the Mars. That is the Dhanush Rasi. Jupiter having how many aspects?
Jupiter has 3.
What are they?
5, 7, and 9.
5 and the 7
9.
and the 9. So that means the Jupiter was aspecting the Tula Rasi, the Dhanush Rasi, and the Kumbha Rasi. So when you see the aspect, you see the Graha also. Jupiter aspecting 5 then have any Rasi. Jupiter aspecting 7 have the Mars present in it, and the 9th Saturn present in it. Okay, let's moving into the second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house. There is no Graha present, and getting into the sixth. The sixth is the retrograde Mercury. One aspect aspecting the Vrishubha Rasi. Ketu will come to the Ketu later. Surya also having the only one aspect aspecting the Vrishubha Rasi. Now come back to the Ketu 3, 7, 11. So that means it's aspecting here Makara Rasi, and again Vrishubha Rasi, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that is the Kanni Rasi. Then the Mars we already know. Mars aspecting the Meena Rasi, Mars aspecting the Lagna, Mars aspecting the second house. Venus also aspecting the second house. Now coming to the Saturn. How many aspects Saturn have?
3.
Okay, 3. Aspecting the Mesha,
3, 7, and 10.
Sigma, 8, 9, 10, and that is the Vrikshika Rasi. So that means Saturn aspecting the 1, 2, 3, that is the 11th Rashi. And oh, I really got confused. Give me a second. Oh, this is the 11th house. Okay. And this is the third house. 10. This is the 6th house. Yes or no? Oh, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Now, finally, we're getting into the Rahu. Expecting the second house. Expecting the 6th house. Expecting the 10th house. Okay. This is all we have to keep that in mind when we are seeing his horoscope. Now next week we have to see much more concentrating on these two bhavas, because these two bhavas having the two grahas, and this sixth bhava was having the three grahas. So we'll slowly move. We'll see one bhava, one bhava. Then when we'll see the sixth house, we'll see in a very elaborate way. Okay.
Vanita, Mars is aspecting Jupiter, which is retarded, versus Mars aspecting Jupiter, which is not retarded. What will be the difference?
Okay, when the Jupiter retrograde was present, means that too in the Lagna means your Guru Karma, this is the one thing you have to finish. You are carrying over from your previous lifetime to this lifetime. So that means the Guru Karma you already have that was deeply penetrated into your soul. That means your karma. You consider you have so many baggages, but this one baggage was having you have too many things. That means you are not yet fulfilled in your previous lifetime. Now again, come back here. You have that kind of the tendency in yourself. That means in your soul itself, you have to finish that task. But when the Mars was present in it, means that Mars kind of the significance. Mars moon deep-rooted karma you born with it. If suppose in case Mars was retrograde in the Lagna. But when the Mars was retrograde in the seventh house, that was totally different story. But for him, when the retrograde Jupiter was aspecting the Mars, that's it. Even if it was retrograde or not, Jupiter will do its auspicious for sure. There is no doubt about it. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, now we'll really getting into our lesson. Okay, we'll see about the Jupiter. Jupiter, others names are Guru and Brihaspati. We already know about the Guru story. Mainly it represents whenever the Guru Graha comes into your mind, what are the things you have to remember? Wisdom, justice, religion, all kinds of spirituality, ethics and worldly knowledge, expansion. I already told you the expansion is good and bad. When comes into the body organ, it is the liver, and dhatu, it is the fat. Okay. Okay. One important thing we have to understand here is among the 12 bhavas, right? Even though, okay, here until now I didn't discuss this. This is the point here we are going to discuss further. This kind of an aspect. Why I tell you this is going to confuse you, I will tell you that. Okay. We already know Guru owns the two Rashis. One is the Meena Rashi, another is the Dhanu Rashi. And he will be exalted in the Kadaka Rashi, the bleak in the Makar Rashi. Yes or no? This much clear?
Yes.
Okay. But among these 12 bhavas, this is about based on the Kala Purusha Tattva. We know the Guru owns two houses, exalt and deplete in the one houses. Okay. But when you see the Janana Jatakam, your Lagna can be anything among the 12 Rasis. Okay. But in that case, among the 12 Rasis, among the 12 bhavas, Guru have the Guru Karakatvam in among the 4 or 5 houses. I will tell you which one. One is second house, that is for the money, Dhanakarakan. That means the Jupiter is also called as the Dhanakara. And next one is the fifth house, Putirakara. And this is for the Karmadipati. Some people will say it is for the Guru Karakatam. Without the Guru Karakatam, the ninth house moves over. So that is for ninth house. 10th is for your business. Without the help from the Jupiter aspect or Jupiter auspiciousness was not involved in your 10th house, your business won't come out into the light. Okay. So for that, the 10th house is for the Guru's energies involved in it. For your luck, that is the Labhasthana, 11th one. Without the Guru's blessing, without the Guru's energy involved in it, there is no luck, there is no word for the luck also. Okay. So among the 12 bhavas, you have to see, for example, I make it as the Mesha luck. Considered if it was a situation, if it was the now you tell me which one is the Guru Karakatu. Now I have the Kanya Lagna. Okay. Among this is the second Bhava. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this is 11. Among this, which one is the Guru's energy is involved in? Number 2 for the money, 5 for the children, and the 9 for the karma, 10 for the business, 11 for the luck. Okay. So whenever you see this bhavas, when you have the question about whether I have a money flow in my hand, so see the Jupiter. When some people was asking, I have a children in my this lifetime or see the how the Jupiter was positioned in any of the house. Okay. Now, how is my karma? How I can enhance my business? How is there any kind of is there any luck in my life? Or so if you have any kind of this question, keep Jupiter in check all the time. Okay. Now let's moving into the furthermore about the Jupiter. We already know Meena and the Dhanush Rashi is the moon house. Exaltation at the Karkataka at the 5 degree. Sorry, exaltation is exaltation point is 5 degree. Debilitation it is a Magara Rasi, that is also debilitation also 5 degree. Okay. Then for the friends is the Mesha and the Vrikshaka, Simha and the Kadka. And for the Jupiter, you can easily say the corner Rashi, this corner Rashis, the next to it are the enemies. That means Rishabha, Thula, Mithuna and the Kanni are the enemy. That means the Mercury and the Venus are the enemy for the Jupiter. So Marana Karaka is the third house. Combustion is a 0 to 11 degree. Mula Trikona is a 0 to 10 degree. Gender is the male. Aspect 5, 7, 9. Direction northeast. Direction 10 east. Malefic, benefic, benefic. Adi Devata Indra, Pratyadi Devata Brahman. Elements Akasha. Dosha, Kapha and the Pitta. Maturity age 16 years. Dhatu, fat. Grains, Bengal grain. Okay. Now let's see about the relationship. Already saw that, but anyway, one more time. Friends or Sun, Moon, and the Mars. So when the Jupiter combined with the Sun, Moon, and the Mars, it really gives a very good effect in anyone's life. Neutral with the Saturn, and the enemies are the Mercury and the Venus. Okay, the stars for the Jupiter, Punarvasu 7, 16 Vishaka, 25 Puru Bhadrapada. Dasa period 16 years. Okay. We already know Jupiter in the first house, Dikbala, it's really good. And the second house, these people are very good in the speech. Okay, now let's moving into Jupiter in the third house. Jupiter in the first, before we understand Jupiter in the third house, what is the third house here? Your aim, ambition, courage. Courage means anything you have to do in your life. For example, even it is a day-to-day activity, or you will achieve anything in your the things you have to achieve in your lifetime, whichever it is, or you have to achieve your goal in your lifetime. Whatever it is, you should have the courage, right? Some amount of the courage in your life. That have to be represented, and it will be shown in the third house. So if you are interested in art and passion, or you are really very good in communication here is because now we are in the modern world, all kind of the communications through any media. Okay? And the people's living your in a simple word, your neighbor or your colleagues. Everything will be represented in the third house. So we know this is for the third house. Okay. What is about the Jupiter? Jupiter is for the wisdom, intelligence, all kind of the worldly knowledge, the expansion, and finance related stuff. Anything relevant, anything related with the financing stuff, it goes to Jupiter one. So that thing keeps that in the mind. Then the third house combined, what we are going to see. Okay, now you have to remember one more point. For the third, for Jupiter, that is the Guru. Third house is the any special about the third house for Jupiter? Anyone remember? No. Third house and the Jupiter. There was one relation here. show it here again. Did you see anything about the third house for the Jupiter? No? Don't see in outer side, see in the inner side. Let's see. This is the Marana Karakasthana. Jupiter Marana Karakasthana was the third house. Okay, then you ask me, okay, is the Marana Karakasthana means if I have the Jupiter in a third house, is the death is coming to me or am I welcoming the death? No, that's not the case. It is that if the Jupiter was present in the third house means you are going to face that kind of an obstacle, that kind of a struggle in your life, or that particular bhava, whatever the significance that third bhava which is having, you are going to have that kind of the struggle in your life to overcome that, to acquire that significance of the bhava. You have to encounter or you have to face that kind of the challenge, that kind of the struggle, then you can achieve that. But once you achieve that, your path will be really smooth. So once you experience that kind of the pain exactly equivalent to the death, then there is no obstacles in your life after that. Okay. Mostly when Jupiter in the third house, they have the strained relationship with their siblings. If okay, there is also one little bit tweak here. If the siblings is the direct siblings means there is a possibility, but I saw that different scenarios. When the relationship between the stepsisters and the stepbrothers, this relationship is not strained. Okay? But you have to see on your experience if that was true or not. But mostly the relationship with the siblings is not that much good. Okay. They have the good real writing ability is really very good for them, right? Writing is also for the third house, and the Jupiter was present in it. Because that exact auspicious energy was present in the third house. They have this writing ability. But here comes your question. Vanita, that is the Maranakara Gastana. How come they can be able to write with the good writing ability? Here is the thing. They know very well, they will write, their writings are really good. But if they can, they have the courage to show it to the world, that is the question. Okay. But they have the ability, but they have the courage to show it, to exhibit in any other way which they want to, then that is also question. So once they struggle, overcome from them, whatever they are blocking them, whatever the obstacles in front of them, once they remove it, no one can stop them. Okay. Their mind is really philosophical. Why? Because when the third house, that is Dairyasthana. When the Jupiter was present in it, these people will think it in totally different way. There is a possibility these people may undergo major health issues. The considered a situation, there is also different situations will come. When the Jupiter in the third house was there, if the Dasha Buddhi was happening in the early stage of their life, for example, if there was a kids in 1 to 5 years, the Guru Dasha was coming, Guru in the third house, but now the person was already grown up, then you overcome that. You are already beyond that struggle, beyond that obstacle. But there may be some possibility will come when the Jupiter in the third house, Dasha Buddhi is also happening. You have to take much more care about your health. You should. There is a tendency will come of you have to grab all the fast food items in front of you. Your tendency towards unhealthy food will be increased, but you have to overcome everything. You have to stop and restrict yourself and not to go towards that way. And you know about yourself. Okay, so Jupiter in the third house, my health issues may come. So I have to be careful about myself. So once you careful about yourself, then it will be like a scratch only. Like instead of putting a surgical blade into your body, it's just a pencil scratch me. That That scratch, just leave a little bit mark and vanish away in 1 or 2 days. That's it. Suppose in case if you are maintaining your health, if you are strict about your diet, if this is not happening, then if there is a possibility you may majorly undergo any of the health issues. Okay. Anybody having the Jupiter in the 3rd house? But these people really communicate very well. When they try to speak, they understand and they consume other people's words very easily. And they grab and when they are trying to utter any of the single word, you can't negate them also. That kind of the peoples they are. Anyone who's having the Jupiter in the 3rd house? Hmm? Okay. Okay, I'll move on. 4th house. Jupiter in the 4th house. We already know what is Jupiter. Now let's see what is the 4th house. 4th house is about the happiness. Anybody remember the 4th house Karagatu? 4th house significance?
Sukhasthana.
Sukhasthana. Whatever your happiness, your mind was feels happy, then whichever the graha which is present in the 4th house, that will give you the happiness. You also see in your horoscope. What is my happiness? See the 4th house. The 4th house clearly explain what is your happiness. Okay. Then if you're having the land asset, that is also representing the 4th house. Mostly your interest and ability, nurturing particularly others. Okay, then that is the 4th house. Then we know about what is Jupiter. We are going to combine it together. Okay. Jupiter in the 4th house is very, very best for that Jataka. Why? Because when the auspicious graha was present in the 4th house, means your happiness is really well established. You had that energy, you had that, I would say it is the luck to enjoy your happiness. Okay, even though some people may know their happiness what it is, but they can't be able to enjoy their happiness. But the 4th house Jupiter peoples can know what is the happiness. They have an ability to enjoy the happiness, and interestingly, they can enhance their happiness also. Okay, and these peoples are respect to possibly they luckily respect to housing. Okay, you're very too much friends. When the 4th house Jupiter was there, and lots of friends and relatives, the peoples are always surrounded with the friends and relatives, one or the other way. Okay, possibly they are very well famous when they are go out of their nation, whichever they born, whichever the place they born, when they go out of their circle, there is a possibility they become the celebrity also. And some people, they shoulder their yearly responsibilities in life. They take the responsibility of the family. They may be the breadwinner of that family. Things like that will happen. But is there the pain for them? No, they will enjoy that. They know what is the responsibility. They know what brings the happiness to them. They enjoy this kind of a situation very easily. Good to keep running horse picture. This is for the people who want to do any. Okay, this one point only to see that in later for every Karakatu. Which picture you have to place it and for what is the reason. Okay, this one we will discuss it in very later point in time. If you people know about it, that's good. But every graha we will see that in the later point. Okay. Anybody having the Jupiter in the 4th house? No? Okay. Okay, let's move into 5th. We'll finish it here. Jupiter in the 5th house, or we'll move it in the 6th. Okay, let's finish with the Jupiter in the 5th house. Okay, Jupiter in the 5th house means Jupiter is for wisdom, intelligence, all kind of the worldly knowledge, your expansion, your finance comes into it. Jupiter plays the biggest role. Now, what is the 5th house? Anybody remember what is the 5th house?
Putra Karaka.
Oh, Putra Karaka. Then
Creativity.
Fame,
create. What is it?
fame and creativity.
fame and creativity,
Romance.
romance, yeah, and any kind of speculation or a share market related anything which is speculation was involved. The fifth house is the we have to see the fifth house. In amusements, we have to see in the fifth house. So that is the fifth house. Now Jupiter was placed in it. So this is so till now what we are seeing. We are seeing the very happy scenario only. Only the Jupiter was present in the second house, first house, third house, fourth house, fifth house. So now we are seeing in a scenario like very, very happy scenario. There is no graha combined with it. Only Jupiter was present in these bhavas. These are all the things which will be related. But what will happen when other grahas was combined, when the malefic grahas will combine, we'll do that as an exercise. We will understand it later. Okay. So at this point, give much more concentration on when the Jupiter present in the fifth house alone. So give your full attention to that point on. So now we know what is the fifth house, what is the Jupiter. Now that kind of the Jupiter energy was placed in the fifth house. What that will bring? Brings lots of luck and wealth to the person, particularly if they are involved in any kind of okay, if they are involved in any kind of the speculation business like stockbroker or concentration of the speculation, but in anything relevant with the speculation, finance related, particularly finance related, then the accountant comes into the picture. Financial analyst comes into the picture. When the fifth house Jupiter was present, don't take any other job, don't follow any other thing, just jump into finance. Be a finance analyst, be an accountant, or involved in the stock market, or be a stockbroker. That will give you the tremendous amount of financial flow into your life. Okay, fifth aspect in the ninth house. This was the dharmic writers will come. We'll see that also whenever we see the examples. Okay. Ninth aspect of the first house respected in the society. That means when the ninth aspect of the first house. What is it?
What does this mean? A fifth aspect, the ninth house means?
Wait. I'm sorry. Okay, now I consider as a two. What is the question? Okay, now choose Karkalak. Okay. Now this is the first house. 2, 3, second, 3, 4. This is 5. Okay. 6, 7, 8. This is 9. This is 10, 11, 12. Imagine a situation. Your guru was present in the Lagna itself. Okay. Okay. Now what are the aspect here? Guru
5,
aspect
7, 9.
5.
7 and 9.
And 7 and then 9. Yes. So the fifth aspect of the ninth house. Now here. Okay, this situation won't come.
So ninth house means it is as per Kala Purusha chart.
No.
Oh.
No. Wait. I changed the
So
situation.
if you put the guru in the fifth house, guru put guru fifth house.
Okay, this is your ninth house. Fifth aspect, ninth house means 2, 3, 4, 5. The guru was in your fifth house. Okay. Guru aspect the fifth house, your ninth house, right?
Yeah, that's
1, 2,
Okay,
3.
so Guru is present in fifth house and aspecting the ninth house.
that's the
No, Guru's fifth aspect. Guru fifth aspect. So Guru having the 3 aspect 5, 7, 9. The fifth house Guru can aspect the ninth house. Guru aspect the 11th house. Now Guru aspect the Lagna. Yes or no? 5, 7, and 9. So that means what the point was saying. Fifth aspect, the ninth house, it was the dharmic writers. These people are very much towards the dharmic writers thing. This is the dharma to do, that is the dharma to do, that kind of the peoples. When the ninth aspect is the first house means they are really respected in the society. Well, no matter what, whatever the job they are doing, they are really get the respect from the society. What does that meaning? The ninth aspect is the first house. Guru's ninth aspect, first house. For him, the Guru's in the fifth house. It's ninth aspect, the Lagna. Eternu. 7 is the Rishabha.
Yeah.
8 and 9 is the Lagna. Correct? So the ninth aspect of the first house means that these people are really respected in the society. So that means here, from the Lagna, the Karka Lagna, the Jupiter in the fifth house, so it has the 3 aspects. Then you may ask, why this in the Jupiter present in the other bhavas, everything have the 3 aspects, and why this one was very much special? Because this Jupiter was aspecting the 9th house, this is aspecting the 11th house, and also your 11th. So this is having the different special way. When your Guru aspecting the Lagna itself, definitely these people one or the other be respected in the society. If it was 9th house, these people are dharmic writers. Okay, this is dharma and this is the way I want to live it. You may think like an Yudhishthir. I can't move away from this dharma because that is not my dharma. These people are like that. Okay? But in simple way, if you want to remember this, they won't break the rules. Okay? Is that clear? Or a little bit confusing?
Yeah. So now the current chart represents fifth aspect, the ninth house. So we need to draw a different chart for ninth aspect, the first house, right? With different lagna. I mean, basically Jupiter position, right?
No.
No.
Jupiter, based on
Jupiter is
Jupiter
the fifth
position, you
house.
have 5, 7, 9.
Okay, 5, 7. Got it. Yeah.
Jupiter in
5,
fifth
7,
house.
9. So 9th.
Got it. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Here and here. Is that okay?
Yeah. Got it. Thank you so much.
Okay. Still many more things for the fifth house. Okay. Why? Okay. Smooth. We will finish with the Jupiter in the sixth house, then we'll finish with this. Now, we finish the sixth house. Okay. The sixth house is for mostly towards the people who are work for the salary. This is the point we are tended towards protecting others. Mostly the fifth house is for the Rana Rupa and the Jupiter was present in it. Okay. If the students are going for writing a competitive exam, or any of the people is going to write any of the competitive exams, they definitely will succeed in their exam if the Jupiter was present in the sixth house. Yes, for sure. Mostly they definitely gain from friends. This is the only thing which is different from every other grahas. If any of the grahas which is present in the sixth house will definitely say negation over the friends. But this is the one point you have to remember. When the Jupiter was present in the sixth house, you definitely gain from friends. Not somebody will gain from you, you gain from the friends. Okay, here again the story comes. Okay, now again I'm taking the example of the Karkalagna. So now the Jupiter was present in the sixth house. Now Jupiter was present in the sixth house. Now you tell me which are the aspect for the Jupiter? Change the cursor.
Mesha is the fifth aspect.
Fifth aspect.
Mithuna is the seventh aspect.
Mithuna.
And Simha is the ninth aspect.
Ninth aspect. So here this is the 12th house. This is the second house. And this is the 10th house. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now the fifth aspect of the Jupiter, which is in the sixth house, falls on the 10th house. Now this is the fifth aspect of the Guru, which is falls on the 10th house for this Jataka, who's on the Karkalagna. Definitely the assured jobs. when this is what's happening, there is because the Jupiter aspecting the 10th house, you may start a business. Definitely, there is a possibility of you will flourish. Or if you're trying for a partnership, if you're trying with the job, you definitely there is a possibility you will get a job. Okay, and definitely you will have a job. Some people will live without a job, right? But when the Jupiter was aspecting your 10th house, you won't live without the job. Definitely, you will have a job. Okay, now the ninth aspect, which this is an interesting one. The ninth aspect, which is falls on the second house. Okay, what is the second house speciality? Already the Guru is the Dhanakaraka and falls on the Dhanasthana, which is in the second house. Your money flow will be good or bad? Hmm?
Very good, right?
Very good. And interestingly, when the Jupiter was aspect in the second house means the knowledge related to the second house, you have the Jataka acquired too much, and he knows about uh, that relevant knowledge very well. How to acquire money, how to increase the cash flow, how I can make the liquid assets, how I can maintain the money. Anything relevant with the finance, he knows very well. He or she knows very well. He knows how to maintain that also. How to grow also. So when the Jupiter was aspect in the second house means the money flow is unstoppable. And then very good way to the prosperity. Any questions still here? Jupiter, this is the one graha you feel very good when you read about the sixth house.
I have a question. So we didn't discuss this in the earlier houses. I mean, in my case, Jupiter is present in the second house. And it has the ninth aspect on the 10th house. So, my career was also very good. So I just, I don't
Which
know
is
if
your Lagna?
we didn't discuss. Meena Lagna.
Meena Lagna, and your Jupiter was in the second house. I
Mesha,
remember
yeah.
you have the very, very good cash flow.
Yeah, but the ninth aspect and the
Ah,
fifth
the
aspect
other
we didn't
aspect is,
discuss for
yes.
this. So I was just wondering if it is applied for all bhavas,
Yes,
right? The
everybody,
Jupiter.
for
Yeah.
everybody. But why
Okay.
we are giving importance to the sixth and the fifth? Because that kind of that bhava hold some kind of the weightage, right? Fifth is for the putra karaka, and the sixth is for the house, which we said it is the hidden house, which is not good for every other graha. But Jupiter feels is very good. If you see anything relevant with money, and that too Jupiter sits in the sixth house, the Jataka will hold that. No one can suppress it for that matter.
Okay. I was wondering only if it was more significant in the fifth or the sixth placement of Guru, but it is applicable for all of them, right?
Every lagna among the 12 rasis, everything will have that.
Okay,
So
every
then
bhava.
this itself will tell you everything. So you don't need to look the other 5 aspects, because when the Lagnadipati, also Guru was present in the second house, it's obviously telling everything. You're really good with the finance, you know very well about the finance, you know how to maintain the finance. You have an ability to grow also. You, you will not only grow, you have an ability to maintain that wealth. Is that correct?
I don't know. I'm not looking for any growth.
Oh.
I'm retired, so I don't really have any more ambitions at this
Whenever
point.
when you worked in a job, when you were earlier times, like in the mid of your age, how
I
was
was
your
told one of my friends who also knows some little bit about astrology. He says Jupiter aspect in the 10th house. The career is very interesting or very unique career. That's what he was telling. So I think in my case it was. That's why he was telling like that, because I have worked on. I studied something, but I worked on so many different things. Offshore work sometimes. Going in the helicopter and staying in the middle of the ocean for a couple of weeks or whatever. But that's not everybody will get a chance to do that, especially among my friends who all went to school in India. I mean, they probably don't get that kind of opportunity. But because of Jupiter aspecting 10th, he said it is your career is unique.
Look, what I'm seeing was when, yes, definitely that was the reason. Your career was unique and you definitely have the job. Because when the Jupiter was aspecting your 6th house, right? Second house Jupiter as the 5th aspect was aspecting
Yes,
6th house.
yeah.
Definitely you will have a job and you will really work wonder in the job. It definitely it looks like prime job different from others. That's obviously saying in the 6th house itself. And the 10th house is also saying the same thing. But this is the one for 8th house. Any point in time you acquired any knowledge about the occult science or any vidya which is relevant, which the people will say is a hidden secret that we won't teach you, but you acquired that kind of a knowledge?
Well, I kind of knew music from childhood, but I don't know if you consider that as occult science. But I mean, other things only after I became 40 plus years, 40 years old. Then, yeah, I was kind of, and I have a very good knowledge in Sanskrit. So it always kind of leads to occult sciences, understanding occult sciences better, I think, the knowledge of Sanskrit. So, yeah, kind of. It was from an early age, yeah, from at least when I was busy with career until about 40, but after 40, I had little time to go through all these occult sciences, yeah.
Because the
Spirituality,
Jupiter was,
basically.
yes, the Jupiter was sitting in a very good position and not in the enemy's house. It's in a comfortable position, and that too it was a second house. Everything says it's a good only. But the one thing was it was aspecting the 8th house, then that means you definitely you will acquire some kind of knowledge one way or another. When it comes into
My
when comes
moon
in,
is in 8th house, actually.
oh,
Yeah. But
oh.
yeah. But that's okay. I don't have
Excellent.
any issue in my life so far. I mean, everything is fine.
That's awesome. That's it.
It's
Okay, when we
Shukla Paksha Chandra.
that speaks a lot. That speaks a lot because the when the moon combined with the Jupiter, Shukla Paksha moon combined with the Jupiter means it gives the Jupiter's energy because it acquires the graha which is present among Vindit, but that too the auspicious graha which is present. And it exhibits its a very auspicious energy throughout your life. That's awesome. This is interesting. Okay. Then you please remember whenever we see the 8th house Jupiter, you please remember your horoscope. We will come again for this.
Okay.
Okay. We'll see that in next week. We'll see you next week. Still any questions before
Thank
that?
you.
No?
Oh.
Okay. Okay, we'll see you on next week. See you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anita.
Thank you so much.